I forgot to ask it at the beginning of the series, and this is match point, so predictions is...
The pressure is on. Everything on the line for Flash Wolves, Unicorns of Love, looking to close it out here.
Oh boy. Everybody's running straight towards that bottom bush. Here come all the pings.
Oh.
Deathmatch time, boys.
Deathmatch. Deathmatch.
Throw down the money. Let's see what happens.
There's a time for League of Legends, and there's a time for PvP level 1.
All right, let's go.
Fight time.
How many people?
Buttons! Everyone's hitting buttons, but Lee Sin is going to grab the kill. It's a bloodbath. Karsa in trouble. Unicorns of Love have to be careful. They're down a man, but the Olaf axes are coming out. The heal has been used. Veritas on the way in. A lot of damage, but no kills. Veritas might fall down here. Have to be careful. Maokai point click the CC. He's going to drop. The trade's back. 2 for 1 in the favor of Flash Wolves. The action keeps happening. Exile needs to move out. 3 for 1. Flash Wolves making a statement.
Chaos style. It was how I would describe the first minute of this
I thought that was good for Unicorns of Love.
No, the Chaos style backfires all the time. That's the point.
Well, now back to our regularly scheduled early game.
So Flash Wolves, you know, some people on the desk are pretty much already celebrating their predictions.
I guess we'll watch it again.
Well, this is what happens when 10 people get within 2 teamers of each other and press buttons.
It's a 5-man Zyra route. You're trying to come out on top after that. Amazing. But so many summer spells are burnt, so there is a lot to actually be gained on the map afterwards. So we'll see who ends up getting ganked first, but this is just absolutely hectic. Veritas has a Q on him. The W comes in from the Maokai. Then they just trade back again. And Exile, a little too far forward, probably should have backed up ahead of time.
And just answering your point, when we actually come back to live, you'll see Lee Sin, crucially the Orianna, and Zyra all have flash available. Might actually put it to use right here.
On the way, and Veritas in trouble. Kick goes forward. Exhaust goes down. Karsa, is he going to overstep? Oh, no! Veritas makes it out. Snare goes down. Backs away.
Well, this game's got interesting and spicy really early.
That's what we like to see. Early lane phase, screw it. Fight constantly.
All we need more from this game is a pause.
Don't you wish that upon me, Papa Smithy? All right.
Oh, no.
Level 2 for Chachi, of course, does still have the range advantage. Should get early lane control, at least for now. Early kills across the board, and Flash Wolves now can control the game. They're going to be able to set the pace. Lee Sin on that first back buying the longsword is a big difference in comfort for clear, and already making his presence known on the bottom side.
Yeah, absolutely love that he went for the level 2 gank before UOL or even level 2 themselves. It's so much pressure. They end up getting even more in terms of summoner spells out. The exhaust has to come down. So really good job there from Karsa.
I was saying trading autos.
As he misses the mantra Q.
Letting that tree know who's boss. Now taking a lot of return damage. Not all what he wanted in that exchange. Sword Art still only level 1, however. I was saying has to be careful. No pots left in his inventory either, so it's going to take a long time for that health to tick back up. Move coming mid.
Yeah, pushing Orianna off to the side here. His ghost is back up, so going bottom could actually fetch him a nice kill if he is able to run down there, but he's completely telegraphed. He just walked over about 2 wards. Now they had to back off.
Trying to focus in and get serious, but it's really hard after that level 1. But move, you know, letting Maple know he's there. Letting him know he has to back up.
Well, right now, Vizichachi, he's trying to learn where Karsa is. Karsa's going to go over, and this will put him in a really good spot to actually come around Vizichachi, who does still have his flash, though.
Yeah, one of 2 that actually kept their flashes up from the start of the game. 2 of 9. That lets you know how much craziness there was at the start. Looking for something here.
Chachi, that's a lot of damage. Maokai may be able to fall, but they're so tempted. Body's telling him no. Move now making his way into the mid lane, but Maple's on the top side. Ghost being
Everyone
burned.
ghosts.
Maple's flash as well.
Exile moving forward. Gravity field. A little bit of damage. Axe.
Nope.
Well, that was the first time I've seen 3 ghost uses in succession.
And usually somebody pulls off where they're like, oh, we'll never catch him. Okay.
This is like the most ghosts we've seen in a single game of League of Legends in 5 years.
I just love the bloodlust here. This is an elimination game, we have to remember. It's a potential final match of all of IEM Oakland.
Well, after you get behind like that from Unicorns of Love, you have to start making moves just like that. You have to try and get those kills back early on, or else they'll start mounting more of a lead for themselves on the Flash Wolves side, because the Flash Wolves, they definitely know how to close a game out, and Moby Boots have already come out for Karsa, and he's looking to actually just keep punishing these lanes. He's looking to be aggressive himself.
Because he can get the Moby Boots so early, he's going to be entering lanes at immense speed against guaranteed no flash. They have the exact time, but they know there's about 25, 30 seconds left before those initial flashes come back. And that's potentially another bit of snowballing from Lee Sin.
When we look at the CC and setup presence across the lane, Maple may not have some immediately available, but the Zyra on the bottom side, the Maokai on the top, Maokai especially, the point and click ability to set up those ganks. You can see Chachi already playing on the back foot. Yes, though, he does have that massive CS lead.
Absolutely, and that's the big thing, though, is Kennen bullies Maokai early, but Maokai, once he starts getting some magic resistance, can actually solo kill Kennen if he misplays it. Can't really be killed by him too easily, and has way better gank assistance with the point and click.
Probably going to have to be a modified build here from Vizichachi. I'm thinking something like Protobelt into Void Staff. You don't have the luxury of going for anything else. You need the Protobelt to guarantee the engage, but the Void Staff between magic resist from the Orianna shield, the stacking that's going to come through from the Maokai, and Karsa, we already saw him itemize second item more Malmortius at one of the earlier games of Lee Sin. Probably going to see him do the same thing here.
Blue buff donated over to Maple will make that mid lane that much easier. Exile, of course, with a small XP advantage as he pushes in this massive wave. Maple shouldn't struggle to clear it out, however. The early aggression seemingly tempered for now. Decent lead for Flash Wolves in the end, about 600 gold, but while they have control of the bottom lane, and it looks to be set up for mid lane control as well, not able to transition it quite yet.
You can reset a bit. Finally, those flashes from the level 1 are back.
So we should all go to bot and do it one more time.
That's right. That'd be an interesting scenario.
That would be amazing.
I mean, we often do see 5v5.
Hillsang, rinse and repeat. Hillsang walking away slowly, flashes out. Has to respect the potential for the Ashe chain slow there, and Double Red and Sword Art very much in control.
I feel like Double Red could have just flashed, and another auto or two there with the slows would have been enough to take him down. Maybe he wasn't confident of the ranges. With Ashe's 600 range, I feel like he would have been in a good spot to pick up the kill, but not to be this time.
Yeah, you have to learn your ranges and also the damage potential you have on these champions. And Double Red, you know, not somebody who's been playing AD carry for a very long time, so it may be a little bit unnatural to him to actually understand how much he's able to do and how much he's capable of. Instead, play it slow, get the flash. You know that you're going to hit level 6 and get an arrow. Might be an easy target.
Definitely a solid spot to be. Double Red backing to pick up the BF sword. 4 chain long swords coming in for Veritas. So Ashe definitely with a nice lead in this lane. The normally comfortable back timings for Jhin not a factor in that early laning phase.
Oh, this is 4 people around Exile. He's dead. He's dead.
Moving in, MMD is here for the setup. Exile gonna get locked down. Exile gonna get knocked out. Yet another kill for the Flash Wolves here. Now, finally, a 1K gold lead in their favor.
There's no control around the top side river. Allowed the Maokai to walk in, but he was the least of the problems coming. No safe way to get out there for Exile. Didn't use his flash, so we'll have that for a future gank. Does allow more kill credit, 100% kill participation, and 2 kills crucially for the Orianna.
Orianna getting a little aggressive here onto Hillsang. Hillsang potentially overstaying his welcome in that mid lane. Chachi going in on MMD.
Gotta watch the damage.
Maokai mitigating so much of that.
Yeah, the damage onto Maokai is so much less consequential than the damage onto Kennen. Doran Blade Lifesteal is going to pale in comparison to the Sap Magic passive. That is going to be procced because Vizichachi is going to be looking to harass and punish the Maokai, and it's just, damage is not going to stick, especially when that Spectre's Cowl is completed.
And of course, the double Doran, such a nice early power spike coming in for the Maokai. Gives everything he wants in that kit.
Well, he might want even more right now because all he has to do is W and Lee Sin right here, ready to gank. Might be a flash W even. Who knows?
Ready for the setup. Of course, a shortened range in recent patches. Does go in for it. There's the setup. Karsa moving in. Chachi knocked down. Is going to get the stun on Karsa in the end, but a quick slap on the ground. Going to close that kill out.
Looks academic. There was a little mini stun there, stopped the Kennen from ulting early. I think he still would have fallen down, maybe trading another flash, but actually he got double flash, so I think he was going to fall one way or the other. Is in the mid.
Oh, Maple getting aggressive on Exile, but they're trading cooldowns back and forth, ult for ult. Exile running forward, trying to get the gravity field onto Maple. Still comes out with a slight edge.
And a lot of damage coming into this top lane, though, and this could be a real issue. Teleport coming through.
Yeah, forcing the TP out of Vizichachi. Already burned the flash onto Maokai, but trading it back for another summoner spell in the end. And Maple unrelenting in the aggression, but meanwhile, Unicorns of Love will get something back.
I don't know if they knew exactly where a move was, because I would expect you to stay around and try to call this cannon again.
No, rinse and repeat. Surprise in the brush. Unicorns of Love have not learned from their early mistakes, and Flash Wolves just keep the kills.
That was definitely bad luck. Vizichachi threw the Shuriken, had the idea, missed both players. Nice positioning in what was clearly a very spacious brush, and picks up a second kill.
The biggest thing to tilt a top laner is you kill him with somebody who has a point and click. He TPs back to the turret while the two people are killing it, and then they just do it again.
Exile going to sidestep the arrow there. Maple going to have to walk away, but that's first brick going in the favor of Flash Wolves, and we may be poised to go to a game 5 here because that is a 3K gold lead at 10 minutes.
And the advantage they're getting, crucially, as you just said, Sifa, are giving them gold. Maple, they're getting gold versus something like the Inferno Drake. 8% more of not much is not relevant to much later in the game. And it's Flash Wolves keeping up the tempo, getting the gold lead and the push lead in multiple lanes. And you kind of said it, Zyrene, you don't often think about kill pressure from a Maokai, but we are going to start getting close to that position just because the trades are so much more sustained on the side of the Maokai.
Yeah, also his Q does a ton of damage in Kennen. You build a little bit of HP, but in terms of how much you actually have in terms of base stats and in terms of resistances you're going to be building, the Maokai actually does a fair bit amount of damage to you. If you can get multiple Qs off in rotation and enough CDR, you're definitely going down as the Kennen.
It's just one of those things that aren't noticed when it's Maokai versus Renekton, when it's Maokai versus other tanks, when it's just everyone has their own sustains and shields. When it's Kennen, who only has, you know, the on-hit lifesteal, 3 health on auto, it is so much more apparent just because over time, again, it's chip damage. Basically, every time the W comes out, every rotation, you're taking 300 health off of a Kennen, it adds up.
Flash Wolves setting up once again in the mid lane. 4 members here. Karsa maybe looking for the gank. Exile backing off. Actually sniffs this one out. Raptor still being taken away. Exile now forced onto the back foot.
Yeah, about to find out where Karsa is, though.
Oh, moving in on the move. Will back off in the end. Doesn't need to take the 1v1 against the Olaf. Exile positioning himself as best he can to clear out the waves, but has to be careful, has to pay respect, and the team is here to back him up.
Unless they can find a way to baby themselves through the laning phase, pick up gold, and look for team fights. You have to light things for the Flash Wolves, and we already identified that MMD will negate a lot of the power from Unicorns of Love's double AP comp anyway, so having an early lead with the projected team fight advantage as well sets us up for potentially a best of 1 to decide IEM Oakland.
Could all come down to a final game indeed. Of course, the Flash Wolves gold lead maintaining now around 3,000, about 1,000 of that in the pocket of Lee Sin, the completed Warrior Enchantment, the Moby boots that you mentioned earlier, Papa Smithy, constantly threatening for these aggressive dives, have the power to do so now. Lee Sin definitely in his prime, level 9, max rank on that Q, dish out a ton of damage.
Still able to pick up their own blue buffs, so the objectives aren't being pushed to the greatest degree by Flash Wolves, but if they can get anything specifically on Exile, take this out of turret.
Oh, pulled in, and goes Karsa. Move is here as well. Karsa kicking him out, looking for the taxi. Exile going to provide it. Maokai on the way in. Move sees the enemy, though, and gonna have to back off here.
The move actually altered for damage mostly. Of course, you get that damage boost if you lose the resist, but Solar Maokai had to drop off.
Under tower, taking shots. 3, 4 is going to get stunned up. Under tower does so much damage. Flash heal to make it out. Running for his life. Zyra on the way in. Now repeat on the mid lane gank. MMD tanks damage so easily, and Maple on a killing spree.
Just can't afford to make what looked like a really poor mistake from Veritas. The arrow was perfectly timed. Would have almost died without the hero.
No way, Veritas. Get out. Misses the Q. Oh, makes it to safety. Hylissang trying to get the disengage, but he is now set to fall. The knockup comes in. Karsa lining that Q up, and he's on a killing spree as well. The jungle mid making the plays here for Flash Wolves.
And that's the type of synergy we talk about when we talk about the Flash Wolves. Karsa plus Maple, they're the ones who make those plays, but also across the map, they're just getting so much off of that.
Yeah, this is a slaughter. This is the first truly one-sided game we've had all series. Looks like the Flash Wolves are going to be playing themselves into form at precisely the right moment. I just don't see how Unicorns of Love can come back from here.
You got to feel for Vizichachi. He sees the Maokai walking forward. He knows it means his death. Ooh, Protobound out, though.
Wow, that was a situation where you think he's absolutely a goner.
I mean, very rarely does Protobelt the make or break in those situations, but literally everything. Now Karsa looking to rinse and repeat. Veritas caught out. Not quite sure what the positioning was there, but another pick for Flash Wolves and a 6K gold lead now.
Yeah, it's the point in the game where you're looking around the map, and your outer turrets are already down. It's so soon in the game, and you're just completely being taken advantage of there. You don't have enough in terms of wards to actually place down, and enough in terms of duration.
But it's not all just academic. You know, you can say, yep, it makes sense, but we should commend specifically Flash Wolves for profiting on the return ganks. The first ganks have been good, or they've made mistakes and they profited from those, but it's coming back to bot, it's coming back to top lane, it's pathing and using just the knowledge that you have over your opponent that's really allowed what should have been maybe a small lead to grow into what is more of a blowout lead.
Absolutely. I love how Karsa's been playing this because he's just being really mean. He's making sure that they have no wiggle room. If you get somebody's flash, make sure they have to be underneath their turret or you punish them for it. You get the TP from the Kennen and Vizichachi misplays, you kill him once, then you have to kill him again immediately afterwards. It's just try to tilt him. Do whatever it takes, and Karsa has been honestly doing what would tilt almost any player.
Almost overwhelming how much pressure the Lee Sin has been putting down. Every single, look, both top and bottom side, the chain ganks coming in, making sure that no one is farming comfortably, that no one feels safe in their lanes.
And this is one of those games where you get that issue where you think about as,
oh,
you know,
no, he's gone,
going to casually kill Veritas again. You get to that position where it's like, okay, what does it look like where Unicorns of Love win this game? And how does that even happen with how big the lead here is with Flash Wolves? It's a sort of game where you look at the comps and you're like, this game is going to hit a tipping point eventually, even if there's snowball from the Unicorns of Love, where the Maokai specifically is going to answer what Unicorns of Love, the question that they're posing. But with such a big snowball lead on the team that outscales, we're going to have to see the game extended crazily or a series, and I'm talking about 3 to 4 teamfight mistakes.
Once again, Protobelt tries to save him, but at the end of the day, the Twisted Maelstrom going to make that a relatively easy pickup.
Yeah, he used his Lightning Rush at the same time that MMD actually rooted him, so the entire speed boost duration from Kennen's E ended up just eating the root, and that's it. And then afterwards, he's slowed from the Q, so there's no way he's getting out of that.
Ask and you shall receive.
Hey, everything we needed.
You know what's a bad sign? When Veritas' best option is to zombie push down the lane where he's died, what, 4 times in the last 10 minutes? There's nothing else he can do. There's no vision anywhere else either. That's literally his best option, is to chill and probably die again.
He's been dying so much and having really awful back timings. Sure, he's got about the same CS as Double Red, but if you look at his item build, he has the Caulfield's Warhammer, he has the Serrated Dirk. You just need the gold to actually combine and get the Yomus. Well, he has 2 long swords as well in his inventory.
But Cyrene, he's got the swiftness boost to get to lane faster.
I mean, like standard on Jhin, but not usually for that reason. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he doesn't have the, he's never actually died, I'll say, with 1,000 gold to the point that he can actually complete the Ghost Blade. And that's been a problem here because he backs and he's like, okay, what can I buy? I guess I'll get another longsword. I'll eventually use it. So he's actually delaying his power spike even more.
This is definitely the sort of game where you have to laugh, otherwise you cry. If you're a Unicorns of Love fan,
God.
this is some pretty disgusting stuff. On their side. There's just really nothing to show for them from this game. And, you know, the pause will go on for now, but Flash Wolves can already realistically start planning for Game 5.
2-1-5, the scoreline for the Maokai. That's pretty terrifying against the AP composition, mostly relying on base damage, the upgraded Hex Core, Protobelt, the AP champions who need to carry these team fights. It's just not enough to cut through even that first magic resist item. Merc treads as well.
I mean, Spirit Visage is already complete for the Maokai. It is going to be, as I mentioned, the rush on the Moamau. Mortius coming through from Lee Sin. Locket's going to come through at some point. There's already a Negatron Cloak from Orianna, has the shield as well. This duo is just not exploding anyone, and that's, the fight only gets worse after that explosion, or that attempted explosion with the Kennen and Victor combination comes through.
It's just realistically, it's not like they have this insane scaling hyper carry who's going to offer so much damage on attacks, right? Jhin, 4 shots in a team fight and he's done. He has so much utility, so much potential damage, but if you're facing down a lineup that is ahead of you to the point where they are all essentially insanely tanky, the Lee Sin, the Maokai, he's just not going to have that consistent damage output like the Ashe. And Veritas clearly not as comfortable on the Jhin as he was on that Ashe pick we saw earlier.
But it's really a pleasure to watch the Flash Wolves playing like this because they're being sharks, they're smelling the blood in the water, and they're being so aggressive. Specifically Karsa, as Irene has gone on about. But everyone here has really noticed the deficits, noticed where they can play, denied vision, played aggressively, and pushed an advantage that could have just been a small one. You know, if this was the Flash Wolves from Worlds, they probably wouldn't have been going for these extra bonus kills, bonus objectives. But the mindset, especially after 2 losses in a row, to come out like this is the sort of class that comes with having 3 players like Maple, like Sword Art, like Karsa, who've played together for a long time and have snowballed games like this.
Yeah, and I think that this game has just been over and over again, capitalization on some errors. I believe there's some replays that we can go through here from the series to just kind of demonstrate it, because it's like, how did we get to this point? It's 11-1 in terms of actual kills. It's just been punish after punish after punish.
We started with a level 1.
This is good. If you just joined this game,
let me take you back to level 1.
Yeah.
A 5-man Zyra route really hurts across all of the AoE that comes through as well.
You know what the most interesting takeaway is here? There was no ward onto the brush of Flash Wolves. There was one for the Flash Wolves, and the amount of autos that Unicorns of Love missed out on might have been critical in the first kill. And once you start in the numbers disadvantage, nothing really you can do as Unicorns of Love.
I mean, when you look at Zyra and the level 1 root damage, you're like, all right, that's good. It's pretty negligible. When it hits 5 people,
Yep.
Support shouldn't do 400 damage level 1 with a single ability, but if it's going to hit 5 people and you're going to 5v5 at level 1 for some reason, that's suddenly a very impactful ability.
Yeah, and then they lost complete control of their lanes. MMD kind of strolling by. It's the point where the Victor just goes, why is he here? Well, how is he here? And he's not punished at all. And this again, oh man, you blow your ultimate. You don't blow your flash here, so this is Chachi. It's good by him. But he teleports back in.
Oh, bad luck, Vizichachi.
Yep. That's the stuff right there where you're just like, now I have to walk back to lane. I'm so far behind.
But if he ran straight down the lane and died, you'd be like, okay, it was disrespectful. But he threw the shuriken. He clearly had, you know, that second sense, the good top laners do. But it went wide, and so mostly has Unicorns of Love's hopes in this particular.
30 seconds short. Don't trust the timer, folks. Wild card.
Never trust the timer.
Moving in. Well, while we were gone, in an almost 2-second period where Flash Wolves unpaused the game, Veritas died again.
Still Veritas.
Unpause, kill him, pause again, unpause, and we're back. So that's pretty much all you missed in the 5 seconds of unpause that weren't on broadcast. And Flash Wolves, unsurprisingly, still in control of this game. 10K gold lead at 17 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, we don't like to count teams down and out. It's a tough spot to be. There's always the potential for comeback. I can't handle you right now.
But they can't see that.
Yeah, it's true. I need you to just agree with me right now. I can't.
You are a strong, confident play-by-play coach.
I don't need no color. I already have one color. I don't want
Here's
two.
a replay.
Wow, perfect. Who's your side color? Huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Fiscio.
Whoa!
Moving in. There's the kill going down. Of course, it's almost impossible for Unicorns of Love to come back. So as we've talked about, this is mentality. This is the best of 5. The pressure is on for them now because they have to be looking towards Game 5. Maybe holding on to hope just slightly, but you have to wonder where their attention is.
Probably scattered. It takes a lot of energy to keep focus in this game, especially when you're this far behind. It is so hard to actually find the opportunity to catch somebody out when you're behind. They get so much more vision than you. They have so much more control than you. But they're going to try right here. Double red.
TP on the way in from the Maokai, but he may be the only member coming into the fight. Victor on the backside. TP will be canceled. So potentially a brief respite for the Unicorns of Love as they do take down one member.
And even just a single kill brings a bit of confidence back, brings a bit of wind into the sail. Suddenly you can have a positively framed comment rather than just a, I'm dead or I'm gonna die. It's good to be able to say that you're doing something positive towards the team, just because, again, there will be another game, most likely. You will need to be in that right comms mindset. Anything to help your mindset is important.
Yeah, and also, it's like, he died, but you don't really have any more towers to lose on the outside. It's very hard to actually get those inhibitor towers, and you have to set up for those tier 2s really efficiently. So, they kill somebody, they don't really get anything back from it, but hold on, they're looking for more.
Move is going in, arrow goes wide, ult comes in, a lot of damage down in Exile. He's set to fall now, but he brings the ult over the wall. Sword Art in trouble, Exile's gonna grab the kill, Maple's on the backside. Unicorns of Love looking for a way back. Karsa maybe too strong, the auto attack comes in from Hylissang, closes out the kill. Maokai goes over the wall, Veritas in trouble, red buff giving a little bit of damage, but it's not enough. Vizichachi, maybe looking for the 1v1 with Maple, is just gonna surge his way out.
Hey, they're getting some shutdowns on Unicorns of Love side, but Flash Wolves, MMD's just he's a behemoth at this point. They threw everything at him at one point. He's not even taking any damage in these fights. He has both resistances at this point. He's level 13. He's so far ahead, the highest in the game.
Still, of course, a terrifying threat to play against. Double Red now pushing into the inhibitor tower. It's only 19 minutes in. Rift Herald just now despawning as MMD steps up, and a single member of Flash Wolves cannot approach this tower alone. MMD has the potential to take out anyone, and that's going to be the inhibitor tower dropping even before the 20-minute mark.
The pain continues to pile on. They've picked up a couple of kills for Pride, but it doesn't really change the texture of where the game is. About 10,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. Super, super early for that stat.
Wait for the root.
Hylissang gonna get popped. Exile caught out as well. Double Red does a decent amount of damage. 4-shot gonna connect though. That's a lot. Captive Audience going to come in, or Deadly Flourish rather. Vizicachi gonna get taken down to the backside. Moves doing what he can. Does manage to grab the kill onto Sword Art, but that's a lot of max health damage coming in from MMD. The gravity field comes in, pulls him back. Arrow connects. Double Red is low. Veritas is gonna drop. Karsa wants to keep it rolling. Double kill coming in. The montage moment.
Karsa 8-1-5, absolutely wrecking this game from the very beginning when he got that first blood after following the Lee Sin Q. Big player for this game right here, getting the confidence back.
Yeah, elegant destruction from the Lee Sin. Really nice mechanics on point, sort of thing that will play you into form in the next game. Baron spawned, and even though they don't have the most health bars, they do have a Maokai, so should be able to take this one on spawn.
Yeah, happy to tank this one up, of course. Going to keep casting spells. MMD going to keep gaining health from the sap magic. Should be an easy take. Olaf, no tools to make it over that wall, but move going in nonetheless. Hylissang ready to throw in the Mantra Q. Can't imagine he's going to take this one. Karsa plays patient and takes it in the end. Oh, Sword Art. Extra damage.
And that's take every advantage while you can. No hope to stall out the game. Emergency Baron from UOL would have taken a very, very long time and probably would have taken them down. So regardless, getting it off the map, now being able to push forward. They already have an inhibitor naked in the mid lane. Let's see some more of these fights. And again, there's always context to consider here. Flash rolls multiple items up on every member.
Exile made some decent moves in this fight, but it's just so grim.
Off on the side as well, MMD just killing Vizicachi and moving forward. Sword Art dies. He's pretty much the only person that can get killed with ease, whereas everybody else just has so much in terms of base stats. Double Red, and then Veritas.
Oh, beautiful.
Auto goes in, kick, and that's it. Gets down to business, picks up the kills.
Well, at the end of the day, a massive lead once again in favor of Flash Wolves. As if it wasn't big enough already when it was 9K, extending now to the 14K mark. Baron buff backing them up as they can now look to push in, break inhibitors, and potentially end the game right off the bat. Arrow going in, insult to injury. MMD hesitating for a second, waits for the team to back him up, uses the ultimate. Chachi not even going to get a chance to get in with that ultimate, killed before he can make it to Double Red. Maple moving forward, running for his life, and Flashful's now poised to take this to a game 5.
Yeah, it's one of those Kennen ultimates where you're so far behind, you swear that it actually healed the enemy team instead of did damage. It just feels really bad. He almost has no items now. And they're going to try to end the game at 22 minutes.
22 minutes, an insane pace coming in for Flash Wolves. Unicorns love a similar pace when they played INTZ, but this is the most dominating win. Most dominating performance we've seen today.
I believe it's the most dominating performance that we've seen of the tournament so far. And, you know, we've actually seen 2 wildcard teams be played against. Unicorns of Love are actually completely decimated right now. I can't even talk because they're just going to get absolutely wrecked.
And there's nothing left to say. Abilities are being cast. Players are getting knocked out. Unicorns of Love aren't able to do any damage to the opposition. Vizicachi desperate to get something there, but Flashful's taking their sweet time here. Not going to get greedy to close out. One inhibitor at a time, waiting for Unicorns of Love to make their last move of desperation before they kind of take them out of their misery.
I mean, you just saw Unicorns of Love. You might wonder why Flashful's dissented from trying to finish the game. This is Tachi.
Almost, because he used the E, he got extra resistances, so Vizicachi just barely surviving there.
But wow, because the game's so early, at 22 minutes, 23 minutes, the death timers are so short that they actually had to go and take multiple inhibitors, because the respawn's coming through.
Maple gets popped, goes godlike, and hope starts to die for the Unicorns of Love.
Really? Starts to die?
Hope is dead in this game for the Unicorns of Love, but hope is alive for the series. Have to turn their attention forward because Flash Wolves absolutely decimated them. And the Maokai pick, the question mark for the team, helps them take control here. Chachi runs forward, though, maybe looking for a bit of a turnaround, and it is simply not enough. Flash Wolves take it to a game 5 and are on track to close out the series.
And to me, the biggest thing is, let's look at the face of the Unicorns of Love as they walk off. We